Joining us from the Aaron Sachs and Associates Zoom room here in Springfield is Cardinals third base prospect Nolan Gorman. Nolan, first and foremost, we appreciate your time. I know this alternate site experience has been jam-packed from a schedule standpoint. We've kind of been asking guys as the first question just how it's been for you. I know probably weird is the first answer, but how has this experience been for you overall?
Yeah, first off, thanks for having me. It's been, you said it weird, but I think it's been a really good, development camp here, I would say, more than, we're getting our ABs and stuff like that, but it's more of, we're hammering defense, we're hammering offense. So I think it was a good progression into, what I want to take into spring training next year and what I'm going to take into the off season and, have just a really good plan going into the off season for, that chance next year to, show what I can do.
And having gone through a full spring training once before 2019 and then the very beginning of this year, does this kind of feel like spring training or is it just totally a different experience?
I would say it's really different. Not as far as, wearing the masks and stuff, but like we're kind of, doing our own thing here as spring training is more of, team fundamentals, learning the plays, learning the signs and everything like that. Like here it's, we're getting our reps in, if we want to do individual work the whole entire day, it's like we're allowed to do that. We can, we're getting our live ABs in at the end of the day and playing against each other. So it's a little different from spring training, but I've liked the format. I've liked how we've gone about it, and I've liked how, really everyone here has gone about it because I think we're all just pushing each other and making each other better.
Yeah, and I would imagine, too, another unique part is, in spring, maybe you're interacting a little bit with guys that are older, guys that are younger, but for the most part, pretty early on, you're kind of with your team. How has it been getting to interact with guys that have been in the big leagues and have spent a lot of time in AA and AAA? And, you're sort of in the middle. You're only 20 years old. You're certainly young, but also you have a little bit of experience where there are some guys that were just drafted here too. How's that been for you being sort of, right smack dab in the middle experience-wise?
I think it's been really good. I've been able to try to help the guys that just got drafted because I was in their shoes 2 years ago. Try to take on that leadership role for them because, the older guys are a lot further along and maybe some of them, they're trying to just get their work in and try to get up to the big leagues because that's their goal right now. So it kind of falls on to, like me and Libby and, some of the younger guys who just got drafted. It falls on to us to take the leadership role of helping these younger guys that just came into the organization because we sort of have a feel for what it is now being here for 2 years and we gotta make sure that they're ready to go come spring training.
What's been one of the big pieces of advice that you've given those guys?
I think mainly it's just not necessarily not trying so hard, but not putting all the pressure on themselves. I struggled with that coming out of high school, first round pick, not, thinking I can dominate. You get to pro ball and it can humble you real quick. So, this game in general can humble you. You can go 4 for 4, then your next 12 ABs, you're over. So I think just trying to get them to relax and not put so much pressure on themselves, not have any sort of pressure to do well or anything like that. They have no expectations. So just come out here and have fun and play the game that they love.
Yeah, you mentioned a moment ago getting to kind of tailor your workouts. The man that's been running those workouts is Jose Oquendo. How's that been for you as a third baseman, especially an infielder, especially getting the chance to work with Oquendo day in and day out, now for such an extended period of time?
It's been really good. I've been fortunate enough to work with him for quite some time now. Spring training and different camps that I've gone to in the off seasons, and it's been, I don't think without him, it could be a lot different. He's been a great person to have on this staff, and he'll say it. He won't have a title for himself. People will ask him, "Hey, what's your title?" He just says, "I'm a baseball coach." So it's more than just the fielding part. It's the whole game of baseball. He's trying to teach everyone, how to play the game the right way, how to look for the little things, how to get an out when your pitcher's struggling maybe, and you got to get an out for him somehow. And he's trying to steal an out, trying to steal a run, whatever it is. He's been awesome. There's a reason they call him, the secret weapon. So it's been really good.
Do you ever really get used to having all of these legends around? I mean, that's such a unique part of the Cardinals organization, is that these Hall of Fame players are just around and want to help the young guys and the next generations. Is that something that ever really becomes ordinary for you, or is that always pretty special when those guys come around?
Some people may say it is, but I don't think, that moment will ever be something that is normalized. You're with guys who are Hall of Famers, played this game for 20 years, and it's like it's just super special to have that. And then, you look at them and you say, I want to be in those people's shoes at the end of, my career. So then people like us, you're asking me right now, like, does it ever feel normal? Like, I don't want to feel normal to other people. I want to, feel that, like, look up to and have a good relationship with younger guys and try to help them as much as possible.
Yeah. On the field, power has been such a big part of your game. Has that always been, a huge part of your offensive profile, or did that sort of blossom for you at any specific stage?
I think I've always had it. I don't really specifically remember a time where, I turned from just hitting base hits and doubles and whatnot to home runs. I will say my sophomore year of high school, I had a whole bunch of doubles in the first half of the season, and then second half came, I hit no more doubles, and all of them started turning into home runs. But I wouldn't say that was like a turning point. I've always had, power. That might have just been me understanding now how to use the power, and hitting first and letting the power come with it. So that's the biggest thing. Power is going to come for most guys. It just, depends on when.
What's been the most memorable home run that you've hit?
I would say spring training of 2019, getting to go up to the big leagues and getting AB and hitting a home run in that. I think so far that's been, the highest level of competition that I've played at is big league spring training, and I was able to hit a home run, as an 18-year-old. So that was pretty special. I had my parents out there too to watch, so that was parents and grandparents. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure going back a little further, but do you remember the first home run you ever hit as a kid?
I do. It's funny. I was 7 or 8, and my grandparents, I was staying with them for the weekend, had a Little League game, and, hit one out for the first time ever, like over the fence. And my parents weren't there. They had something going on that weekend. I don't know if it was work or what it was, but yeah, I give them a hard time too about that, not being there for my first home run. But that was at 7 or 8 years old. I was in Little League and hit my first one. So
yeah, well, I'm sure they've seen a couple others since then, though.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good. Nolan Gorman, we appreciate your time, and thanks so much for joining us. It's been great to have you here in Springfield throughout this process, and we just wish you the best and look forward to getting you back here for a normal season soon.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.